about the payments domain introduction part today, wherein these payment systems are something which is being used to transfer funds as well as for spending purpose in terms of the commercialities and all everything is concerned. Normally these payments and all everything is being used. So the payments domain is a kind of sector which majorly focused on the financial services, but not only on the financials. You can utilize as well as acceptable this payment domain and all everything in e-commerce profile as well nowadays, because the importance of payments in reference to either, because normally payments and all everything we do for two different reasons. So the first reason for cash transactions, because if you want to transfer funds for to purchase something, especially in reference to the exports, imports, all that, right? So because, for example, if someone wants to import some goods outside, or if they wants to send purchase some raw material or something of that sort, so they have to take a letter of intent, all that. So of course, the letter of intent I'll tell you, explain you later. So for that commercial purpose, this payment systems and all everything is being used. And second, payment systems and all everything is being used for the purpose of general sales and all that, right? So if you want to purchase any kind of goods online, so whatever the online payments are we making and all everything is possible in these payments. Normally, in reference to the payment system is concerned, in this network there are different people are involved in this, because a lot of people will be involved in payments in reference to the payments domain itself is concerned. This will be of different types, because there will be of two different things we have to consider in terms of the involvement of the payment, especially in this domain perspective. So two different users, right? Two different users in sense of customer is one user, at the same time receiver, right? So two different parties will be there for any of the payments. Either, for example, if I am purchasing any kind of good online, right? So I am a user, I am an end user where I am purchasing a good, and there will be a seller other side, right? So I am paying to them against to the good, I am getting money. I'm getting a product, I'm paying money, and I'm getting product from them. Or else maybe for other reason, for the commercial business purpose, as I told you, for example, I'm purchasing some raw material or something outside, against to that I am paying some price as a business person, I'm getting money for that. But there will be different things, because large scale payments and all everything will be involved here, at the same time small scale payments. Small scale payments doesn't mean regular payments and all. I'm just texting on the chat box so that you could see this. 1 minute. This payment sizes will be simplified. This is for your simplification, I'm writing this, okay? It's simplified into two parts, right? One is small and medium payments, and second is large payments, okay? Small and medium payments, and second is large payments. Normally small and medium payments nothing but when we do sales, right? So whenever we are purchasing something, or whenever we are ordering anything online, goods and all everything, whatever the goods are we ordering online and all that, all these things comes under small and medium payments, because hardly it will not be more than $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, not more than that usually, right? I'm just giving a rough figure here. But large scale payments, which will be on in a larger point of view, wherein commercial transactions, especially for these commercial transactions, there is lot of involvement in terms of encryption is required, because there is lot of security which is involved, right? So because there will be no account numbers and all, everything won't be seen there, right? So no account numbers, nothing and all, everything in an encrypted format. And whatever the money are we going to send, or are we receiving and all, everything will be on the encrypted format. In general, in Indian context, I'll tell you two contexts. One is US context and Indian context. At the same time, there will be a comparison of Indian payment system as well as US payment system. That comparison I'll tell you so that you will be understood much better. In Indian context, right? For example, in Indian context, there is a process called SWIFT, right? SWIFT payment system. In Indian context, usually in Indian context, SWIFT payment system is the one which is being used in a messaging format. I'll give you a small example to you. For example, a person wants to a person is into export and import kind of stuff, right? He's doing some business. From the context of Indian context, I am saying this example to you, right? For example, a person wants to purchase a raw material outside of India, right? So whenever a person wants to purchase a raw material from outside of India, so the currency, whoever is the seller, right? So raw material seller and all, everything not belongs to the Indian this thing, right? So because their currency would be something different. It may be in dollars, or it may be in pounds, or something of that sort. Now here the problem: whoever is paying, whoever is requires payments and all, everything in their currency. That is the point. And that too, this is the cost of each and every service and all, everything, the kind of transaction and all, everything will be in the very numbers. And that money and all, everything in their currency, not in the currency which the purchaser wants to make of it. So what usually happens, there is this messaging system called SWIFT payment system, where there is a message will be sent to the other party, means other bank, wherever the bank account of that particular seller's bank account and all, there is a messaging system which will be received there. Through this messaging systems and all, everything, normally these payments, transactions and all, everything will be there, will be sent. But for this, normally there is a context called of letter of intent. Letter of intent. For example, X is a person wants to purchase raw material and all, everything from out of India. Now, usually this purchaser, whoever is the purchaser, I'm just telling you the case study so that you will be understood much better, right? For example, let me write down here. For example, I'm write down here, right? For example, purchaser A wants to purchase raw material from outside, right? Now what he has to do, he cannot carry the cash, right? So whatever the transactions and all, everything, first cash cannot be transactioned, right? Because we cannot put direct cash and all, everything cannot be taken outside. Even though we have taken outside, it is not valid because their currency is what is required. So usually what this purchaser has to do here is, purchaser has to take purchaser has to inform to his home branch that what is the value of money they want to purchase, right? So this is what they have to mention. So for example, assume that it is somewhere around $1 lakh, right? Roughly I'm saying, right? Roughly I'm saying, like for example, $1 lakh worth. So $1 lakh we are converting into Indian rupees. Usually that much of money has to deposit in his own branch account first. Home branch account first. First, if X is a person wants to purchase some raw material and all everything from outside, what he has to do, he has to, whatever the value of transaction and all, that much of money he has to deposit in the home branch first. For example, you could say there is an excuse here, right? It's not an excuse, there is an alternate. For example, that much of money is not available with you, right? So what will happen? Because usually in business there is a transactions going on all the time. Hard cash and all everything will not be available with the business person. So equal to that, asset can be mortgaged. Asset can be mortgaged, right, in the bank itself. Then banks will provide, because I'm just telling you how this transactions happens, right? So initially, right, this is all an intro part of you so that it will be understood in an overall view. Hence we'll go to the involvement network, all that, right? Then banks will issue a letter of intent. This is what we call it as LOI, right? LOI stands for letter of intent. LOI. LOI, in this LOI, usually it consists of, it will tell you that he is our customer and he is having this much of account and this much of money is there with us. So, and he wants to do business and all transaction all for the worth of so and so, right? Letter of intent he get. Normally, whoever wants to purchase, this person take this letter of intent and this person will go to the other country, right? So wherever the country and all that. But you could ask me one thing, Raj, wherever is he going, where is he giving that letter, right? So for which bank is he giving letter? So there are two different things. Sometimes, for example, X person's bank, whatever the bank is he transacting all the accounts and all, if he is having the same bank in that country, right? So then things are very easy because the same bank, maybe operations and all everything may be overseas, so that they have that connect, so they can do it. Otherwise, if not, what will happen? Whichever is the connective banks, because all the banks and all everything will have that connect, right? So international connects and all everything will be there. So whichever the bank, this bank will choose it and they'll give you letter of intent, and this person who wants to purchase raw material and all everything has to go there and he has to submit the letter of intent there. So whenever they have submitted the letter of intent there, usually they'll pay him the money in the in the currency whichever they want, right? In that currency, for example, if it is a dollar kind of stuff and all that, they'll pay equivalent to that. They'll pay you some dollar amounts and all everything, but they don't give that for the free of cost. So there is an amount of money will be charged. So that amount of money and all everything will be deducted from this person, and usually they'll give the money and all everything to the purchaser. So by taking that money, he can go to the raw material person, he can do the transaction and all everything, and he can get raw materials and all. So usually when it comes to the financial transactions, because I'm talking about in the context of the business perspective,